Tonight, the prosecution kicking off their case against the son of the president with one simple message to the jury. No one is above the law. In opening arguments, prosecutor Derek Hines saying Hunter Biden was a user of crack and a drug addict. He chose to lie on a government form about his drug use when he purchased a .38 caliber handgun. No one is allowed to lie on a federal form like that, even Hunter Biden, he said. Hines pointing to the defendant's own words in his own voice.
Mainly, however, we just planted ourselves on the couch and smoked a ton of crack.
Hines playing these audio clips from Hunter Biden's memoir for the jury.
By now, I possessed a new superpower. The ability to find crack in any town at any time, no matter how unfamiliar the terrain.
First Lady Jill Biden, his wife Melissa, and sister Ashley were in court, sitting together while the excerpts played, visibly shaken and embracing each other. Hunter Biden is charged with 3 counts related to allegedly purchasing and possessing a gun while using narcotics, and faces prison time if convicted. But defense attorney Abby Lowell telling the jury today, you will see that he is not guilty. He said that Hunter Biden did not knowingly lie on the form, arguing that during that narrow window of time, Biden was not acting like, quote, someone who was smoking crack every 20 minutes. Late today, the first prosecution witness, an FBI agent, testifying about Hunter Biden's laptop, telling jurors investigators found text messages detailing his interactions with drug dealers around the time he made the gun purchase. Tomorrow, Hunter Biden's ex-wife will be on the stand, and eventually Hallie Biden, the widow of his late brother Beau, with whom Hunter had a romantic relationship. Lester?
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.